how is epilepsy treated, who treats epilepsy, and how can a person suffering from epilepsy or his family can find a source of this epilepsy specialist?
Yeah, see, epilepsy, you don't need an epilepsy specialist for every seizure you get or every epilepsy. It's important for all of us to know when to consult a physician, when to consult a neurologist, and when to consult an epileptologist. Epileptologist is supposed to be a neurologist who has interest for epilepsy or who is trained in epilepsy management. And among the epilepsies, 70% of the epilepsies respond very well to medication. That is a very satisfying thing, and one has to feel really happy. And all of us, even as a physician, I also expect that my patient should be within the 70%. And these 70% of the patients can be very well managed by the physician, our primary care physician, who can be an MBBS doctor, who can be an MD doctor, who is there either in your village or your district. And they usually take a good history from you and then decide which medicine to be started, and then they start you depending on whether it is a primary partial epilepsy or a generalized epilepsy, and they will start you on the treatment. So once the treatment is started, as I already said, 70% of the persons with epilepsy will respond very well to the medication. But the 30% of the people still continue to have seizures. So that is, they can continue to have seizures without any response to the drugs, or sometimes they respond very well to the medication for 2-3 months, and after that start having seizures again. So these are the people who regularly visit the neurologists. So when they come to us, it's always most important, along with the medication, to counsel the people with epilepsy. That is, there are some lifestyle modification factors one should always follow. That is, take your medicine on time, because missing a dose will cause a seizure. It doesn't mean that you are not responding to the medication. Second thing is, you have to sleep adequately for at least 6 to 8 hours a day, so that lack of sleep is one of the important precipitating factors for seizures. And also we always say eat on time, because even sometimes hypoglycemia can precipitate a seizure. So sleep on time, eat on time. That is, these are routine healthy lifestyle habits even for a normal person, so which should definitely followed by people who have epilepsy. And in spite of this, for example, if your seizures are not controlled, then you are already on one drug as given by your primary care physician, a second drug will be added. After adding the second drug, again some good response will happen in another possibly 10 to 15% of the people. So finally we are left with 15% of people with epilepsy who do not respond even after adding the third drug. Some people add even the fourth drug. But as a practice and as per the guidelines all over the world, there is no need to go beyond, normally 2 drugs are enough, no need to go beyond 3 medicines. The fourth drug will never help a person. In addition, it will cause lot of side effects. So you are affecting the quality of life of person by adding more drugs with side effects. So it is important, because even if you give a third medicine or fourth medicine, the person will continue to having those 1 to 2 seizures in a week or in a month. So it's important to explain that as long as a person does not get seizures which will cause injuries, there is no need to aggressively manage the epilepsy. So if somebody is getting a brief loss of awareness for 10 seconds but still able to function very well, we need not add the fourth drug, add to poor quality of life. Because of the drugs, the person will be sleeping throughout the day, not able to do his activities of daily living. So these things should definitely be discussed between the physician and the patient on a one-to-one basis, because each person's needs are different. And finally, you continue the medicines 2 or 3, and if still they are not controlled, then it is important, that is, one should try continuing these treatments for at least possibly 1 to 2 years. But beyond that, we should not go on adding or changing the drugs. Actually, the simple dictum is, if a person does not respond to 2 drugs during a period of 6 months to 1 year, he should be referred to a neurologist or an epileptologist who has an experience, and they may be candidates for epilepsy surgery, which will be evaluated by them, because all persons with epilepsy who have uncontrolled seizures may not be candidates. But among these uncontrolled epilepsies, 50% of them are good candidates for epilepsy surgery if you find a definite lesion on the MRI of the brain. And the second question, a person with epilepsy epilepsy on medication will ask me is, will these medicines will cause side effects? And the next question is, how long should I continue the medicines? Definitely, it's the responsibility of the doctor to discuss the possible side effects of medicines with the patient so that the patient is aware of the medicine. It's not, it is not to scare the person, but to educate the person about the side effects of the medicine. Because some medicines will cause lots of sedation and drowsiness, but as the period goes on, that is after using the medicine for a period of 1 to 2 weeks, the tolerance comes, where the side effect of excessive drowsiness comes down. So once we educate, and also we titrate the doses very slowly so that they will accept the medicine. And second important thing is, some medicines can cause weight gain. That doesn't happen to everyone. It happens in 30% of the cases, but still once you educate the person so that they will monitor the weight every month, and if you are gaining the weight, possibly we will change the medicine. Otherwise, if it is helping you well, we can still continue with the medicine. Similarly, some medicines will cause rash. If it's like a reddish rash all over the body, along with itching and fever. If that is there, because these side effects can occur anytime up to 2 to 3 months after taking the medicine, then again you need to discuss with the doctor and change the medicine. And so this is just to have an awareness of the side effects of the medicine. Sometimes some medicines can cause menstrual irregularities, especially in women. So all these need to be discussed. In addition, the next question is, once a person is very well tolerating the medicine, accepted the medicine, the next question is, how long should I continue the medicine? Because the duration of treatment usually depends on what is the epilepsy syndrome, that is what type of epilepsy you are having. So based on that, your physician or neurologist will decide how long to use the medicine. Usually we do not reduce the medicines once somebody is seizure-free for at least 2 to 3 years on the medication. So if you are seizure-free for 3 years, then we will discuss with you the risk of recurrence of the seizures. Possibly we may do an EEG, and if your EEG is also normal, if your MRI is also normal, slowly we reduce the medicine over a period of 6 months, because if you are going to get a fit, you may get during that 6 months or even after stopping that. And in case you get a seizure, after that possibly we need to restart the medication. So if 2-3 times we try to reduce, and if you still get seizures, then we need to continue the medicine continuously. But depending on the epilepsy syndrome, we can decide how long a person needs treatment. Those definitely who have an abnormality in the brain definitely will need the treatment almost continuously. It's very important, because it's important for a person with epilepsy should live safely like any other normal person, pursue his career, do his education, do the job, get married, and live with the mainstream like all others. But taking medicine, you should never think that I am taking medicine, because people who have hypertension take medicine regularly, diabetes take medicine regularly. Finally, it is your quality of life which is important, and irrespective of whether you are taking medicine or not. If you have a problem with the medicine, always discuss with the doctor, because we can see what is best suited for you and decide what medicine you need. So this is very important to get this education from your physician or the neurologist.